Detective Superintendent Jason Weinstein, Commander of the Raptor Squad State Crime Command. In April 2021, officers attached to the Raptor Squad State Crime Command commenced Strike Force Gilruth, which was an investigation into an extortion offence by senior members of the finks outlaw motorcycle gang on an individual premises in the Penrith area. As a result of those investigations, yesterday officers attached to the Raptor Squad, supported by the Public Order and Riot Squad, executed 8 search warrants across the northwest metropolitan area of Sydney and 1 search warrant in Raymond Terrace on the northern coast of New South Wales. As a result of those search warrants, 6 individuals from the finks outlaw motorcycle gang were arrested. And for offences ranging from extortion-related offences, possession of prohibited drugs, possession of 2 firearms in particular, and a range of other criminal offences, including one individual who had a court-imposed order from 2019 not to be associated with any outlaw motorcycle group from offences in 2019. Those individuals, 3 of them at least, are appearing before courts across Sydney today. The allegations that we will put before the court today is that this stems from one individual who was removed from the finks clubhouse themselves over an internal dispute, and resulting from that, a number of items were put before a business inside the Penrith area. And from that, the finks outlaw motorcycle group then decided to extort that premises to recover monies they believe were owed to the club itself. It's probably a timely reminder for the people who think that becoming members of an outlaw motorcycle gang is a good life. The reality is there are strict rules that these criminal organisations place upon their members, and when they leave, there are significant financial penalties that they determine they impose upon their former members. This leads to conflicts. It leads to what occurred in this instance, and also then, unfortunately for this type of activity, the insidious nature of organised crime and bikie groups. We have an individual who owns a lawful business, has nothing to do or connected to organised crime, gets involved or becomes a target of these groups. Now, the message that I send is that, at the end of the day, Raptor has been formed again, strengthened by government and the New South Wales Police Force to make sure that we eradicate outlaw motorcycle behaviour, and this is certainly an instance that has happened in a 2-month short-term investigation. The other part that I will send the message to outlaw motorcycle groups is this, is we know that they are starting to become a little bit more visible in the public eye. We are receiving daily intelligence around that. We're doing operations that is certainly targeting that. If outlaw motorcycle groups believe that because of certain conflicts where we have engaged and been successful in the last few months since our establishment, that they can again now raise their profiles and raise their organisations, the message is clear from New South Wales Police, is that we are around you, we are on top of you, and you will be crushed like we had done yesterday. I'll take any questions.
Just on the actual threatening of the shopkeeper itself, was there sort of any kind of specific threats that you could go into?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is an allegation that is, and there's some further individuals who will be subject to prosecution over this matter. There is an allegation that the shopkeeper himself was assaulted at one point in time, and that is still currently forming part of the investigation. And so that was that actual assault was a physical assault, and there were certain threats that were then made, which we have evidence upon, basically along the fact that if they didn't hand over the items and money, then there would be further violence enacted on that business.
So he's an innocent man just caught up in a bikie feud?
Absolutely. So he's certainly an innocent individual that was running a lawful business, a business that takes items from members of the public for cash or otherwise, and then was caught up in something that had nothing to do with him.
Did he come forward straight away, or was he frightened by threats made to him?
Yeah, it certainly had a significant element of fear. So we received the information, and then we made an approach. We did some investigative activities, and then we were able to secure evidence which linked these individuals who were before the court for the extortion-related offences being involved in that activity.
So did the shopkeeper report it, or you found out?
He has eventually reported the matter, correct.
The 25-year-old man who originally went there to seek that loan, had he already left the bikie gang?
Yeah, our allegation is that he was removed from the gang itself. The reasons for that is not really clear to us at this point in time. It's still subject to our investigations. But the reality is that he left, and there was a demand of money by the Outlaw Motorcycle Group upon that individual, allegedly as part of a terms of contract or employment, for a better term of a word. And then this is where the innocent business owner has then become involved.
So did he essentially steal these items from the gang to then pay them back?
No, the allegation isn't that individual stole anything. It's the allegation that upon exiting the group, that there is a belief that they will then are required to pay an exit fee, for example, of being a member of that group. That was where the dispute came in about the property. The property is lawfully owned by this individual, the 25-year-old male. It's his property, but they were seeking to reclaim monies they believe were owed to them.
What was his rank before he left?
The
25-year-old.
Yeah, so at this stage, just a member. So he wasn't a senior, certainly wasn't a senior office bearer of the group. Three of the individuals that we charged yesterday, one was the president, one was the vice president, and another one was a sergeant of arms.
Which, could you tell us their ages? Which one was it?
I'll get that for you at the end if you like it.
So I guess you'd be looking at this as quite a successful job then, considering you've got, the three most senior alleged members.
Look, absolutely, and this is the point of this is that if they think that they can do these activities, scare individuals, scare lawful business owners without the fear of of New South Wales Police coming and locking them up, then they're seriously wrong. Again, the message is you need to stop your criminal behaviour.
In regards to the assault, could you go into any more detail about that? Was it punched? Was it?
I can't at this point in time because it's still subject to some other ongoing inquiries. As I said, we expect that there'll be other charges laid in the near imminent future, and then we can outlay those actual specifics a little bit further.
Obviously, there must have been some threats made towards the 25-year-old who left the group, in terms of wanting the money that he got from that. Was there ever any allegations of assault against him or anything?
Look, not at this point in time. Again, it's part of the ongoing investigations. That individual, as I said, we know that there was a dispute about having to pay money when he left the club. What actual threats were made out to that individual from the club itself, we're still looking at that point. Our focus of the investigation initially was on the business owner, the threats to the business owner from those engaged with the finks Outlaw Motorcycle Group. Thanks.